Today I'm excited to introduce Foodland's very own Maika'i Turkey. Our turkey will be available in Foodland stores for this Thanksgiving. And what I'm about to do is demonstrate for you how to make the recipe that you're going to find on the back of the package. So we're starting here with our turkey, and it's a nicely defrosted one. A couple things to keep in mind when you're defrosting your turkey. You want to try to do it in your refrigerator. You want to give yourself 3 days to defrost in the refrigerator. If you have to, do it under running cold water, but you don't want to, rush it because you run into sanitation issues. So first of all, we're going to do is, I have taken out the gizzards and the neck from the turkey, so it's just the turkey here. I want to pat down the skin, and that's really important because all of that moisture is what inhibits browning. So the more moisture you can get out, the better. And I'm also going to just pat out the inside because if there's any extra moisture here, that's also going to kind of inhibit the roasting and flavor. So we've got that taken care of. I have the wings here now. I'm going to tuck them underneath the tips so that they have a nice shape. I'll do both sides. And then the turkey comes with a bracket that holds the legs in there, and they're perfectly good for roasting the turkey. I took it off so that I can show you quickly how to prepare the turkey. But when you do it, if you're going to use it, just unclip it, stuff the turkey, put the legs, and clip it back together, and you're good to go. So now we have our turkey ready here. I'm going to prepare what's going to go in. And we don't recommend stuffing a turkey these days because stuffing a turkey takes longer to roast because you need to get the inside or the stuffing to cook, and so you run a risk of food contamination by doing that. So these days we recommend doing the dressing on the side and then doing this turkey separately so that they cook quicker. But I want flavor, so what we're going to do is we're going to add what is essentially mirepoix, which is carrots, celery, and onions. So I got my onions in, I got some carrots that are going in the bowl. We have celery, so that's my mirepoix, classic mirepoix. And these are the aromatics that are going to give flavor. But to that, I'm going to add some garlic because I like that aromatic flavor. I've got some fresh thyme that's going in, and I have some lemon. Now, you don't have to follow the recipe to the T as long as you have these aromatics in there. And if you have a little bit more onion or a little bit less onion, it's not gonna, it's not gonna destroy your dish. So it doesn't have to be like precise. Now we're going to take all of these aromatics and stuff them in the cavity of the turkey. And by doing so, when we roast the turkey, you're going to get all of the flavor coming out from these aromatics, enhancing the actual flavor of the turkey. One of the things that's nice about this Maika'i turkey that we're offering here is that it also has a broth solution that's added. It's got about somewhere between 9 and 10%. And for those of you that are sort of starting out and this is your first turkey or you're not very confident, it's in there to help with the moistureness. And so if you happen to overcook your turkey a little bit, that juice that's in there, that broth, will help keep it nice and moist. So I'm going to turn this around so you can kind of see what it looks like. And all of that vegetables are stuffed into the cavity here. And if I was using the clip, I would then clip it. I happen to have a piece of string so I can show you what you could do if you weren't going to use the clip, but basically you're trusting it. You're going to go take the string or butcher's twine and really just tie a nice knot to get the legs to come together. And what that helps is it keeps the turkey compact together so that it helps a more even roast. Worst case scenario, if you don't want to use the clamp and you don't have string, you could just roast the turkey as is. Now I'm going to also leave the tail on. I like to roast the tail. I'll take the tail off after and maybe use it for a little snack later. So we have this ready to go. We've got our turkey. We've got it dried out nicely. And now what we're going to do is go ahead and get it seasoned on the outside. So I have melted butter, and I'm going to just very generously baste the turkey with the butter. And this is going to help with the roasting process. It's going to help with coloring. The fat from the butter, the milk solids are all going to help brown the skin. Now again, what's important was the drying process ahead of time because I needed to take the water off so that I can put a nice glaze of the butter, which is essentially the fat, which is going to help crisp the turkey. So we got this nicely basted, and then we're going to season. I have salt and pepper here. And you want to be liberal with the seasoning. Do not be afraid to season evenly the turkey because when you think about it, the seasoning is only on the outside of the turkey and you have to get enough to balance so that when you do the slices, there's enough seasoning to go throughout. We'll put some pepper on top. Nicely coat this with pepper. Okay, and now we're set to go in the oven. I have the turkey on a roasting rack over a pan. If you don't have a roasting rack, you can cut some extra vegetables, put it on the pan, and put the turkey on those vegetables, and it won't stick to the pan. Now we're gonna go ahead and put it in the oven. I have it preheated at 400 degrees. After 30 minutes, you're gonna take it down, and then we're gonna roast this at a lower temperature. So after 30 minutes, we dropped the temperature down from 400 to 325, and every 15 minutes or so, we've been basting the turkey. I think it looks great, and I want to show you what it looks like. Now, one thing to remember, as it's in the oven, and every 20 minutes when I baste it, I'm also turning the turkey in the oven so that it helps roast more evenly. And as you can see, it looks really, really good. Now, the button popped up, and that's an indicator that the turkey is done, but I also use a thermometer, and I check the thickest part of the breast for 165 degrees Fahrenheit, and I also check the thigh. I'm looking for 170 in the thigh. The turkey looks wonderful and delicious, and in case you didn't realize it, the word Maika'i means excellent, and our Maika'i turkey is going to give you an amazing eating experience. For more recipes like this, visit us at foodland.com.